Greetings, good afternoon, everybody. I'm Adam Locke, co-founder and president of the OptiMystics Citizens Action Network. I want to thank you all for coming today, attending our fourth monthly VIBE meeting. VIBE stands for Very Important Business Engagement. Of course, we always appreciate Tina and her wonderful staff here at Rain Brews. They're around for allowing us to host the meetings here at our establishment. First, briefly, a little bit about the OptiMystics, and we'll hear from our esteemed guest speaker, Ivette Attencio. She's the Monte Vista Community Officer for the LOR Foundation. We appreciate Ivette taking the time to come talk to our group. After she's done, of course, then we get to draw for door prizes, and then it's legal time. Door prizes, compliments of Marie. Thank you, Marie. Wonderful stuff. The OptiMystics, of course, we're a grassroots movement, nonprofit organization focused on revitalization of Monte Vista. Our slogan, of course, is connecting people, creating community. We continue to seek funding for our other projects, furthering our downtown revitalization efforts. We're behind the Monte Vista Bike Rack project. We're working with the Mystic Valley Art Council on a Halloween festival. It's Friday, the 28th, downtown. There is a donation jar here. Feel free to contribute if you'd like. Any donations go right towards all of our efforts. We also have some trifold flyers and business cards here. Our website, OptiMystics.org, is loaded with information. And please be sure you drop your name in the bucket for the door prizes. Our intent, of course, of the VIBE meetings is to bring together business leaders, business owners, managers, potential business owners in kind of a semi-informal manner like this, with short 15 to 20-minute presentations and an opportunity for you to ask questions and network with people as well. We do want to hear from you too. What's working in town? What's not working? Do you have ideas and improvements? Please feel free to pull any of them off the side and let us know what you're thinking. At the end of the day, our business owners, our business leaders, you're the backbone of our city here as far as the business side of things. We want to network with you. We want to help you connect with other people, places, and things to further this positive momentum that Monte Vista's got in its revitalization. Mark, anything to add to that, sir?
No, I don't. I think you pretty much covered it.
All right. Without further ado, let me present this month's speaker, Ivette Attencio, Monte Vista Community Officer for the LOR Foundation. Thank you, Ivette.
Hello. I think most of you know who I am. Again, I'm Ivette Attencio with the LOR Foundation. I am the Monte Vista Community Officer. So LOR stands for Livability, Opportunity, and Responsibility. LOR is a private foundation that works with people in rural places to enhance quality of life. What we do as LOR is really try to help community. We're hyper-local, community-based, so all of the work that we do as part of the LOR Foundation's mission is going to be focused specifically on Monte Vista. And so it's how do we help community members jumpstart projects, ideas, solutions that they can identify for problems or issues within the community. Is there a specific need in the community that they have this idea that could potentially help alleviate some of these issues? And so the resources that LOR provides, they can either be grant funding, connecting people to other resources, providing, if it's something LOR can specifically fund through the foundation, then we can try and connect you with other resources that may be able to offer assistance. And really the way we work is we like to fund small grants that will have an immediate impact but also be sustainable in the future. We don't ever want to set somebody up for failure or start something and then just leave it hanging and a few years from now it's gone. That's not how we want it. And what's really special about LOR is they realize that each rural community is unique in the types of issues that we face. Not every rural community is the same. There may be some issues that overlap within rural communities, but Monte Vista is such a unique and quaint little community that I think there's a lot of work that we can do, and hopefully LOR can help support that. Just to provide some of the solutions that they've helped in the past, they repaired veterans' homes in Fremont County, Wyoming. They expanded daycare options in Lander, Wyoming. And then in Taos, New Mexico, they help companies transition their businesses to digital platforms, which is kind of huge, right? Because a lot of things are moving towards that way, down that road. And then pairing growers and ranchers with unused agricultural land in Taos County, creating a workforce development program for youth in Cortez, Colorado, and then developing a mobile juicing capability that let apple growers in Cortez turn unstable fruit into juice and profit. So it's just really helping people think creatively and come up with ideas, solutions, and it's not, we work with nonprofits, government, schools, and individuals. So you don't have to be a 501c3 to come approach LOR with an idea. Recently, I was really excited to be able to work with the city and helping fund some of our lighting for the parade of lights for Christmas holiday. Hopefully, that will have an impact on the economy as people want to come and shop downtown. And I mean, really, the way I see it is Monte Vista has a lot to offer, and I think we just really need to work to bring people in, and if they're passing through, we get them to stop and stay for a while. So as the LOR community officer, I'm really just working on engaging and connecting with communities, members, entities, organizations, and just kind of listening. Our approach is a problem-solution approach, but I also need to actively listen to what it is that our community needs and wants. And it's not something that I'm throwing my ideas, or I'm here to support and help people push their ideas forward and make those a reality. And I'm just really trying to get the word out, spread more awareness, have people contact me, because I'm really excited and eager to just jump in there and see what other projects we can fund, as well as sponsorships. We can sponsor events like we did for the Colorado South Central Beer Fest in Clarkson, and the SLB Potato Festival. And hopefully I'm looking to hopefully be able to sponsor the Holiday Bazaar. So, I mean, there's a lot that can be done, and I just would appreciate if all of you could help spread the word, and just share my contact info. And also, there's flyers and business cards up here. If you go to our website, the LORfoundation.org, you can go to the solutions page, and it kind of gives you a brief summary of all of the solutions that have been done throughout Wyoming, Montana, New Mexico, and here in Colorado.
LOR's kind of focused in the mountain region here.
Yeah, Mountain West, yes. LOR specifically focuses on the Mountain West region. So the couple who established LOR Foundation, they met in Taos, and they lived in Taos, Colorado, Wyoming, and they really saw that there was a need in rural communities. And they had the resources to be able to establish this foundation and provide that funding for rural communities. And again, it's not a government grants that we deal with. These are private. This is a private foundation funded by the founders of the foundation.
You're actually from here, aren't you?
And yes, I am. I have to always make this disclosure because I know I wasn't born here, but I was raised here. I've lived here most of my life since, newborn. Lived in the San Luis Valley. Grew up here in Monte Vista, went to school, graduated high school, and then just kind of found my footing, and I really wanted to work with how I can help other people, and that's just from life experiences and things that I've witnessed myself, and so how can we help each other? And so I really just want to try to do my part and how I can help other people and my community as well.
Yvette, so that you don't get pulled in 28 different directions, is there any cause, I guess, that you're particularly fond of or you're thinking about, and how do we engage you and even just the planning process without just saying, okay, this lady has a as a check. How do we put value in things that you want to be sponsoring?
Really, it's just what is going to benefit our community. I mean, we don't really we don't do anything that's going to be covering operating costs or for-profit organizations. So really, LOR's mission, and as my mission as well, is just how can we help our community as a whole. So there is no big or small idea that I never want to have somebody not approach me because they think it may not fit. I want to have those conversations, and then together we can see if this is something that aligns with LOR, and move forward from there. So I mean, anything that's going to benefit the Monte Vista community. There's, how do we help our youth? How do we help the economy? How do we help? We work in different elements. We work in agriculture, water, the environment, economy, engagement, health, transportation. So those are all elements that LOR really works within. And so if there's ideas, solutions, then maybe that's something that we can help support.
When I filled out the paperwork, there were a few questions that really kind of honed in on how does it benefit the economy. So is that what they're looking at more as far as, because some of these things you can't really quantify.
Right. So I think it's just, again, there's no right or wrong answer. Being that it's the problem-solution approach. So what's the issue, what's the need, right? And this solution that you're bringing forward, how is this benefiting the community? And so with that, how is it benefiting the economy? Well, if Monte Vista looks nice, it's going to attract people. People come to the Cradle Heights during the holiday season. They're going to want to jump into some of our local shops and do some shopping. So, like you said, there's no specific way that we can maybe track all of that, but it's just really showing, hey, this is really going to help. And, I mean, it's just, we wait and see, right? I mean, we don't know unless we try.
And so, for the committee's sake, I want to thank Ivette for helping us champion some funding for the Christmas lights. I really want Monte Vista to grow each year and be able to add more to our downtown Christmas celebration and carry that through until after New Year's. And so, in our budget, we've finagled and came up with $6,000. And I asked the LOR Foundation to match that $6,000, which they gratefully did. And then I got another foundation I've reached out to and also asking them for $6,000. So I won't hear from them until later in the end of October. But hopefully then we're going to be buying $18,000 with additional lights. And Monte already has pretty good, we put on a pretty good
Lights, yeah.
well, this would be more for the permanent lights in the park and stuff.
Oh, okay.
And so the commercial lights are expensive. And so if we can add 18,000 this year, and next year we can add some more. And really, I want Monte Vista to become kind of the holiday Christmas town that people want to come to see our lights and how beautiful they are.
It's like a Hallmark story.
We may have to draw the lines.
We'll concentrate the both of them over at Fuller Wider Park so we can really beef it up. And
Oh
then,
yeah, right near town, it'll be so beautiful.
And then we're going to put them down Adams Street here, this crossing. I've got to get out and get permission from all the property owners. And then I've asked Kathy Lorenz if the library would buy lights for the library, because it's such a beautiful Carnegie library. I said, if you get the lights, the city will put them up for you. So, and then I told her where she might be able to go for some funding. And so hopefully there'll be enough of a difference this year that then everyone will notice and we can just keep adding in the next few years and suddenly we'll be listening.
Yeah, but I'm kind of
Thanks for being
excited
part
for
of that.
Christmas.
Cool.
Yeah.
Love it.
Yeah, I was super excited. And so when Gigi was talking about, so when somebody comes and asks for a grant, I send out this scope of work document. And it just has like, give us a brief summary, background of what it is that you're asking for and why this is an issue. And really, they just want to really know like what's going on, why is this an issue and how is this going to solve or help with that issue, right? But there's not really any right or wrong answers. I may tweak a word here or there. The only thing is, LOR does a lot of solutions, but what I've learned is they don't necessarily like to replicate the same solution. So if it's something similar to what's previously being done, then how can we kind of tweak that to make it unique to our community? Because it's still an issue, but we can still kind of try to work around to, for an example, the Taos school districts had their recharge rooms for the teachers because they were burnt out, mental health, high levels of stress from the pandemic, shortage of staff. And so in working with the schools here, they really like that idea. So instead of looking at it as a recharge room, I said it's a revitalization space, right? For our community. I'm like, let's just put a little twist in there, like change it up a little bit. But I'm working on those solution grants for the schools, and hopefully we can get that going to support our staff, our teachers and staff.
So is Sargent School also considered part of Monte Vista, or are you just going to work with Monte schools?
That's a good question.
I feel like they should just.
I think the zip code, are they within the 8-mile report?
Yeah. I believe
Yeah,
it's-
I'll look into that.
I thought I had a better zip code. No, I mean, no, yes, but I'm parking, I've got so into the center area. More than Monte Vista.
But that's a good question. Yeah, I'll look into that because if they do, then definitely, I'll want to reach out and see how. Right now, I'm doing a lot of the boots on the ground work, just going out, talking to people, presenting. But I've actually had a few people just contact me, email me, call me, show up at my office, and so it's really nice. It's word's getting out, and so that's really exciting. I've spoken with the Nazarene Church. I know we do work with churches as well, and so they're doing their open gym night, bringing that back, and so
It's a great thing for the youth.
Yeah.
It really is.
and so
It's huge.
I'm hoping that there's somehow that more can help support that as well, because at the end of the day, that's helping our youth and the city as well, reducing the potential for kids to be out doing, like I like to say, my list.
What kind of lead time do you need? Let's just say, somebody's doing something in January. They're doing it at the end of January. What kind of lead time do you need?
So if it's something that's happening in January, I mean,
Well, just in general, 30
Yeah.
days, 60 days, 90 days, what?
What's comfortable?
Day before?
really, no, I would say at least give me a good 4 weeks. Really what takes the longest is, okay, I'll have a conversation, we'll discuss the project, and then I'll send out, the document that I needed to just kind of go through. Get me a budget, list of items that you're needing if we're purchasing equipment or supplies. And I think that's what takes the longest, is just getting that information back. Once I have that, then I can enter the information into our system and get it into review. Once it's in review, it could take maybe 2 weeks or so, maybe less, to get an approval, so either yes or no. And then I'll be able to communicate that with you. And so I'll try to stay in touch and let you know as the funding request
The
progresses.
the approval process actually takes 2 weeks, just getting everything together.
It's supposed to, and just like with technology sometimes,
Right.
there's issues, but, yeah, it's a pretty quick turnaround.
Good.
Yeah. So, and if there's something that is gonna hold it up a little bit, I'll communicate that with you. Try to be as transparent and open to what's going on.
Anybody else have any questions?
Maybe my question is, like, if you wanted to be, if we wanted like a LOR to be a sponsor for, say, like our Halloween festival coming up, how many days notice or long notice would you need?
Or is it too late?
Or is it too late?
So that is in 2 weeks, right?
The 28th?
28th.
I mean, if I can start working on that, let's say Monday, and I get all the information in, let me know how much you're wanting to request for sponsorship. I can try to get that through by the middle of the week. At least hopefully get it into review, and then get an answer either yes or no. Would that go through the OptiMystics 501c3?
No, the,
You have your own 501c3?
we're-
Yeah,
we're-
that makes it a little easier.
That's
Once
it.
you have your, I mean, we do fund individuals, but we have to go through a fiscal sponsor for that.
Yeah.
And so that, it's just another in between to get that money out.
We have a fiscal sponsor. This
I have a fiscal
We're
sponsor,
working
too.
towards our own, but we have to cure the paperwork over the next 2 years. So we have a fiscal sponsor and we are under their 501c3 number.
Okay. Yeah, so, I mean, if you want to just grab a card,
Okay.
shoot me, or send me your little flyer, how this is a good opportunity for our community, how much you're wanting LOR to sponsor, and then, yeah. There are some requirements, and they're not really requirements, because it's not like LOR goes and says, oh, you didn't do that. But it's, just doing the social media thank you. Maybe we can hang the LOR banner somewhere just to show LOR supported.
Oh, yeah.
Things like that. So, yeah, I mean, and unless it gets into like equipment, I mean, they may want like a little LOR logo somewhere, I don't know, but I'm not in charge of that, I don't make those decisions, but, yeah. So, I mean, I think if we can get that in soon, definitely I can start working on that.
So now I'm talking, we get done.
Yeah. Let's get it done.
Which sponsor was running in my head?
So, keep them coming.
Good stuff.
Need some mouse pad?
All right, to wrap up, everybody, I want to thank you for coming out today. It's good to see everybody here. Our next Vibe meeting is November 4th, noon, right here. Our special guest speaker will be our new Sheriff, Ann Robinson. We invite you to be there. December is Andrea. She heads up Urged.
What?
And then we even have several,
Rio Grande Economic.
Oh, okay, there was
Right.
some noise back there.
she'll be here in December, and then we actually have 3 or 4 already lined up for next year, different speakers. So thanks everybody for coming out. Look forward to seeing you next time.
Thank you.
We're done.